Barbara and I, Barbara Degler, have been getting to know each other the last hour, 30 minutes or hour or so, and I've enjoyed that a great deal. We've shared some geography. She's covered a lot of geography. She was telling me that she had gone to 13 public schools, and we both were in Dallas, Texas for a little while. She's was telling me that she had had a job with the Navy and lost it temporarily. Managed to get herself over to Paris to serve with the embassy there, working with the embassy. Apparently loved it. Came back from Paris, went back with the Navy, met her husband, who was a lieutenant commander, and for quite a number of years lived the military life with a person who had command and therefore traveled, covered quite a bit of the globe, managed 3 children, the Navy officer's wife, and seeing much of the world that way. Then upon retirement, back to the Washington area, where she, once the kids were shooed off and put on their respective trajectories, was able to write, able to explore the world in her mind, to create novels, and also to continue her wandering around the world. I guess wandering is the word. She participated in civil society activities in Russia, and then after that has made 7 trips to Bosnia with the what is the name of that organization?
6 to Bosnia and 8 to the Balkans,
and 8
OSCE.
OSCE, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. And she's put together her experience with the wonderful people in these countries who can create very civil societies and be wonderfully hospitable to guests, and then also be divided by their ethnic identities into violent clashes. She, of course, put herself in the mediator's role and the observer's role to see those clashes and to help reconcile them with many members of the international community. So she's used her gift for a hard-won and developed gift, I would assume, for novel writing with these experiences to let you see in the lives of 2 young women the clash of societies, the possibilities for reconciliation, possibly.
That's right. By reading a brief prologue at the beginning of my novel that I think will help you to get an overview of the country of Bosnia, the war there, and also the book. Bosnia, Herzegovina, 1992 to 1995. In Bosnia's mountains, valleys, and forests, the spirits whisper, not silenced by cracks of gunfire and the roar of explosives. In summer, their sighs drift through supple greenery. In autumn, they rustle dry leaves. In winter, they slip through naked branches. In the lush springtime, the stench of gunpowder and rot mingle with the sweet fragrances of lipa and plum blossoms as weeks roll into months and months into years. Along the Drina Valley, thousands of husbands, fathers, and brothers are missing or dead. The spirits are saddened as new stories of slaughter, rape, and massacre are added to ancient ones. In a bizarre combination of medieval and modern warfare, tanks creak along beside mule-drawn carts loaded with ammunition, while deep in the mountains, militia forces prepare to surge down a steep hillside to attack a village. The charge begins in inky darkness, sharp bursts from assault weapons blending with screams and shouts as villagers flee. The mountains tremble under the footsteps of disheartened refugees, carrying what they can, abandoning bits of their lives that become too burdensome. They leave behind them farms and villages that have been plundered and burned. The spirits drift amid the ruined houses where only stubs of walls remain, soon host to vines and weeds. There are no longer any people, no dogs, no chickens. In the rubble, a scorched picture frame, a child's shoe. On the mountains, bone-weary soldiers, horses, and pack mules sweat in the blazing sun of August. In winter, tanks sit useless in deep snow, their crews shivering in blue-lipped numbness. Day after day in Sarajevo, fire-blackened trams are idle. People hasten past them intent on getting jugs of water, while on the hills, snipers track their passage in the crosshairs of Kalashnikovs. The venerable stones of Mostar's treasured bridge tumble into the river, victims of relentless shelling. In a town to the north, the spirits cringe when soldiers brutally rout the population, confiscating their small bundles of personal items. Near war's end, those who arrive to occupy the vacant houses are, in turn, evicted. However, in the early spring of 1992, in Bielina, soon to be the first town savaged by the war, the spirits hint at future events that are inconceivable to innocent young people who sit on branches amid the fragrant blossoms of a plum tree. All of that developed out of my 6 times in Bosnia and getting to know people and getting to enjoy some of the events and not enjoy some of the others. But I'd like to tell you about my experiences in those times. On a balmy afternoon in September 1998, I sat on a tree stump at the base of a steep hill in Bosnia with 2 men. One a Bosnian named Hussein, the other a Bulgarian named Roni. Hussein was my driver, Roni was my OSCE partner. Fortunately, his language was similar enough to Bosnian that he could translate for me the story that Hussein told us as we sat there sipping the orange soda that Hussein had bought for us. Always accommodating and generous and welcoming the Bosnian people offer what they can.